Hey guys, it's been a minute since I've recorded a YouTube video and I am officially in London and in my new house. And I don't know, I just feel like I want to talk about this subject today because it is super important to me. And I think that maybe it might help someone step out of their comfort zone or kind of remember why they've done something. So I was talking to a friend recently because ever since the move, ever since I embarked on this journey to move countries, I have been feeling almost like this sense of not loss, but feeling kind of like I've failed. I think I'd wanted to make this move for such a long time and I had really built it up a lot in my head. And I know that moving countries or changing your environment doesn't necessarily solve all your problems. But for me, I really felt like I had done everything that I could have possibly done in New Zealand. And I don't know if you've had that before, but I feel like I had almost ticked off every single box that you're meant to tick off. Done all these kind of milestones that a lot of people had fed to me. And so I really wanted to change my environment up and move country, not just as a challenge to myself, but, well, kind of a challenge to myself, but to prove it to myself that I could actually do it, right? But when I did make the move, I finally got here. And then I thought, what have I done? Have I made a mistake? What is going on? And I had this feeling like I had kind of failed in a way because even though I had finally ticked off this box in my head about what I wanted to do and, feeling like I could, do something, I sort of felt like I'd failed in a way. There was a lot of things that I'd left behind, a lot of things that I maybe didn't get to finish before I left my home country. And I just had this feeling of failure. And I was talking to a friend recently. They told me that, and this was just like just one of those moments where you just really need to hear something. And there was actually a few things that happened in a row, which kind of led to this whole kind of mindset shift, which I just really is the whole topic for today, but I really wanted to share. And so the first thing that happened was I was out on the weekend and I got stopped. I was having coffee outside this random coffee shop. I had missed my bus. There was a whole bunch of reasons why I ended up there. But these two people stopped me and they started asking me a bunch of questions. They've got a beauty brand, they're starting a skincare company, and they started asking me a bunch of different questions. And one of the topics that we ended up talking about was kind of like my journey and why I was here. And I started talking about all of that, and it kind of gave me this new lease on life. That was the first sign. And then the second sign was I was talking to a friend of mine, and they said to me that, Charlotte, you need to be focused less on the outcome and more on the journey, like why you're doing the things that you're doing. Remember why you started, why you're, falling in love with the process again was just the thing that they really were drilling home to me. And I just thought that is just such a completely different perspective, because I think when you get stuck and when you feel stuck, or when you're working on projects or working on certain things, you get so focused on like the future and what's happening and the outcome that you kind of forget the whole process. It's like anything in life, it's what they say about like a vacation or Christmas. It's not Christmas Day that is the most enjoyable thing. It's the whole lead up to Christmas. It's buying presents for people that you love, and it's going to all the markets, all the lights, the music, whether you love it or you hate it. It's the whole, like, everything that makes up Christmas, that makes Christmas so beautiful. It's not the actual day itself. And I think that there was just such a good reminder that, and falling in love with the process and just enjoying that is just so key to feeling like you're making progress, but also kind of feeling a lot more content when you're on the journey as well. Because when you're so focused on the outcome, you get burnout, you get exhausted, you feel just upset and stressed, and you feel like you failed because you haven't got the thing that you want. And I think this is the same, it is quite similar with moving countries as well. You know, you do all these things, you build it up in your head, you execute all the things, and then when you land and know that you've done it, and you think, oh, okay, well, now I'm here. That was easy. It's one of the things that I've been struggling with a lot recently. I thought that maybe if this could help someone, if you're feeling stuck, or if you're feeling like you just are on the wrong path, or maybe you're in a phase of your life where things kind of feel the same, you know, you're doing the same thing day in and day out. And, you know, not all life is all sparkles and exciting, and, you know, you have to work and you have to do all of these things. But I think that if you just enjoy the small things in life and you enjoy the process of it rather than being so focused on the outcome, then I think that things become a lot more enjoyable, and it's just a completely different mindset shift so that you feel more content and you can actually just enjoy your life more. It's far more pleasant to be like enjoying the moment than it is to be like stressing about something maybe way further in the future that you may or may not have complete control over. And also, there's always new information that comes to us, you know, as we move through life, as we work on projects, as we look forward to things. There is constantly new people, new situations, constantly new things that always happen, and you have to be adaptable and open to changing anyway. And so even if you have a desired outcome, or if you think about something in the future that you want, it might actually look completely different just depending on what happens. And so there is almost no point on being so focused about that, because it might change anyway. And you kind of never know where life will take you. Along a similar line, my mum taught me this like really amazing like analogy, where she called it like where she referred to life as kind of like a tunnel. And, you know, you're kind of moving through the tunnel, and like the whole kind of point of it is to kind of move through it. And there's lots of things often that are happening all along the side. So you're moving through the tunnel and there's all of these things kind of happening to you, but you keep moving and you keep growing, and, you know, you don't focus on like one particular thing necessarily, but you kind of keep moving through the tunnel of life. And I just really like that metaphor, because I think it just really helps you kind of stay grounded and know that, you know, a lot of life is quite chaotic, but there is sort of light at the end of the tunnel. But it's important to not get too focused or too caught up in that, and just to kind of know that, you know, regardless of whatever phase of life that you're in, you will find your way, and you kind of may as well enjoy the process of it anyway, because that's kind of the whole point, is kind of the whole point. Guys, this is the whole reason why I started psychology in the first place, and I'm constantly like learning new things. And one of the reasons why I love making hair content and talking about the psychology of hair is because I really want to spread more awareness. Guys, I hope this video was inspiring to you. I'm constantly learning new things, guys, and I love talking about psychology and mental health. It is so important to me. So guys, if you liked this video, please give it a like, or leave me a comment below. So the next video is going to be a trichology update. So I have officially started my year 1 in trichology. So if you would like to see that, then follow along, and yeah, I will see you in the next video.